Uno, and today I'm doing Morning Glories issue 16. So let's see what's going on with this issue. Let's talk about the cover first. I have to say I really like the cover, and I was excited for this issue even before I started reading the issue. And when I first saw the cover, just because we haven't seen Casey in such a long time, I think it was like issue 13 was the last issue we seen her. And that's what I like about Morning Glories, is that we get to see issues. Oh, one issue we'll see Ike, and the next issue we'll see Zoe, and then another issue we'll see Casey. So that's something I like about this series. So even though we have to wait a long time to see a character, I think it's better that way we can just get a story for every character, and you're not just trying to combine all 6 characters into one story. I just think it's a better way to tell this story in this mystery. So I was just very happy to see the continuation of Casey's story, because in the last issue we saw her. We get to see that she sees her father, and she's very shocked because her father died. So I was very excited to see that continue, and let's see if I enjoyed the issue. But definitely love the cover, love the art, love how simple it was, and let's see what happens in the story. So in this issue, we do get the continuation of Casey finding her father. Her father is in the military, so they capture Casey, asking her questions like, oh, who are you, what's going on. Casey doesn't even know what's going on, but she finds out from Ms.Hodge, who also goes in the past with her. Well, they find out she's in the past, and it's around like when she's like 5 or 6, and so her father doesn't recognize that this is Casey from the future, but Casey ends up being able to escape, and she finds out she has powers, and she could control people by just saying, oh, you go do this, and they'll do it. So she does find out she has that power, and Mrs. Hodge has the same power. Is it just because they're in the past and in her past? We don't know. And we find out there is no butterfly effect in this. She can do whatever she wants, and she won't change the future. So maybe this is just like a different reality. We don't know, but I'm excited to find out. So, in the end, Casey does escape, and she finds her father, because her father chases after her. And Casey just says, I'm your daughter, just try to trust me, and, in the future, I'm going to be doing a lot of things. I'm going to be very strong-headed, but you have to just let me do what I have to do. And he says, okay, and whatever. So we see, because it does go back to the past and the present from where Casey leaves for Morning Glories Academy. We get to see where Casey is now in the past. But in a scene where we see Casey just go off to Morning Glories Academy, goes on a plane and everything, her father remembers what happened in the past that day. Here's a picture. Casey's talking to her father, and Casey makes him forget this ever happened. But for some reason, when he dropped her off from the plane years later, he remembers, from looking at the website of Morning Glories Academy, he remembers his daughter, Morning Glories Academy, and he remembers that whole entire thing. Obviously, in future issues, we might see what's going to happen with that. Maybe we'll see more Casey's parents, and because I don't think they just show that, say, oh, you know, Casey's father remembered. They're going to have a plot. And I'm excited. I really am. In the end of the issue, we get to see Casey has to live in the past. She doesn't go back to the present. And I think she has to wait until the present comes. That way her parents don't die and she can save her friends. And in the end, she's just going on a plane to wherever. And she says, I have time. So I'm excited to see more of her story. I don't know if it's going to get confusing if we see Casey in the past and everyone else in the present. It might get confusing with the time, because I know a lot of times with TV shows or comic books, when they separate the times, it does get a lot really confusing, I would say, because, oh, are we in the past? Are we in present? Where are we? You know, it gets confusing for the writer and for the reader. So hopefully she doesn't stay in the past for too long, but maybe a couple issues. But like I said, the one thing about Morning Glories, we do get to see that they separate their characters. So maybe it won't affect the story as much if Casey's in the past, because maybe we'll just get, in future issues, we won't have a story with Zoe and Casey, or Hunter and Casey. We'll just have an issue with Casey in the past, and then next issue we'll go into the present with Zoe, Hunter, Hun, and all those people. So hopefully it doesn't get confusing, but they manage it in the right way. I think it could be a really interesting story with Casey in the past, how she got to the past, what these powers are. That's something that I thought was very interesting, was that she controlled people. Is that only her power, Mrs. Hodge? power. Does everyone else have different powers? Is it a power? So I think that could be very interesting. I think this is progressing the story a lot more because of that. And I can't wait until the next issue. I think the next issue we'll see a continuation of Zoe and Hunter's story. They don't really show for the next cover, but that's my guess because we saw them I think in last issue, but I think we'll get a continuation with that. Maybe we'll get Hunter and Ike, not Hunter and Ike, Hunt and Ike, Jade maybe, I don't know, but I'm excited to see what happens next. Hopefully we get to see Casey soon because her story is getting interesting, and I think every character's story is just getting so interesting. And I think with each issue it's like a different series but the same mystery, and I can't wait to figure out more about this series. It's one of my favorites, and I say pick this issue up. It was great, especially if you're a Casey fan. If you're not a Casey fan, you might like her in this issue, but if you're not, you might want to skip this issue. Again, a great thing about Morning Glories Academy, well, Morning Glories the series, is that you could pick up an Ike issue if you really like him, and you don't have to pick up any other issues. I mean, it might hurt for the mystery, but if you don't like Casey, then you don't have to pick her issue up because they separate these characters so well. So definitely, again, one of my favorite series. Pick for the week, great issue. Definitely did not disappoint me, even though I had to wait so long for the continuation of Casey's story from issue 13. But I can't wait to see every character progress, and I thought this issue was great. Give it 5 stars. This is Pick of the Week. This is Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed. And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter in the description below. There'll be a link for that. It'll just have comic book news, topic videos I will be doing, and reviews I'll be doing. So I hope you enjoyed. And also, don't forget to follow my other Twitter, The Random Situations, which is, we'll also have a link on the description below. And I hope you enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. This is my pick for the week. 5 stars. And I say pick it up. See you guys.